Stoicism isn't just an ancient philosophy. It's a transformative guide to modern life. Its wisdom helps us navigate chaos, find inner peace, and unlock hidden potential. Imagine facing challenges not with frustration, but with calm resolve. This is the Stoic way. By embracing its principles, you can build resilience, sharpen focus, and cultivate true personal growth. This article explores 12 life-changing Stoic principles to help you harness your power, overcome obstacles, and live a purpose-driven life. Let's dive into the philosophy that has stood the test of time. The art of controlling what you can. Building on the timeless appeal of Stoicism, one of its most empowering principles is understanding the difference between what you can and cannot control. This simple yet profound distinction can completely transform how you approach life's challenges. Imagine you're stuck in traffic on the way to an important meeting. Frustration wells up because the clock ticks on, but the traffic lights remain stubbornly red. In this moment, you have two choices. Let anxiety take over or accept the situation and focus on how you respond. This choice is at the heart of Stoicism. Control lies within your thoughts, actions, and attitudes. The traffic, completely out of your hands. This principle is a gentle reminder to shift your energy toward what matters, your response. When you master this mindset, life's uncertainties lose their power to unsettle you. Take Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher emperor, who dealt with wars and plagues. He consistently reminded himself to focus on his duty and perspective, rather than being paralyzed by events beyond his control. But let's bring this into everyday life. Think of a time you faced a personal disappointment, a missed opportunity, an argument, or a rejection. Did you dwell on the what-ifs or redirect your energy to something productive? By embracing this Stoic wisdom, you learn to release the weight of uncontrollable events and focus on where you truly have influence. This isn't about indifference or apathy. It's about freeing your mind to act with clarity and purpose. You become less reactive and more intentional. The magic lies in realizing that your power isn't diminished by what's out of reach. It's amplified by the control you take over yourself. As we explore more Stoic principles, you'll see how this idea of control weaves into practices of resilience, gratitude, and self-discipline. It all begins with this, anchoring yourself in what's within your grasp and letting the rest go. With this clarity, you unlock the potential to lead a life of calm and purposeful action. The power of perspective. After learning to control what lies within your grasp, the next transformative step is mastering the art of perspective. Life is a series of events, both joyful and challenging, but how you perceive these moments can redefine your entire experience. Imagine someone losing their job, a situation that seems devastating on the surface. For one person, it's a source of despair. For another, it becomes an opportunity to explore new horizons and build a better future. What separates these two individuals? Their perspective. The Stoics taught that events themselves are neutral. It's our interpretation that gives them meaning. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Consider this. A rainy day can be a disappointment for someone with outdoor plans, but a blessing for a farmer in need of water. By shifting your viewpoint, even life storms can offer hidden gifts. Let's take a personal story to illustrate this. There was a young woman who dreamed of becoming a professional dancer. After years of hard work, she suffered a debilitating injury. Initially, she saw this as the end of her dream, but instead of succumbing to despair, she changed her perspective. She started teaching dance instead of performing it, sharing her passion with others. In her students' progress, she found a deeper fulfillment than she ever imagined. Perspective is about seeing the bigger picture, understanding that setbacks can lead to growth, and recognizing that every challenge holds a lesson. It's not just about silver linings. It's about reframing your narrative to empower rather than weaken you. Practicing gratitude is one way to cultivate this mindset. When facing adversity, ask yourself, what can I learn? How can I grow? This shift allows you to see difficulties not as obstacles but as stepping stones. Over time, this practice builds resilience, helping you navigate life with grace and wisdom. As you explore more Stoic principles, you'll find that perspective ties deeply into gratitude, self-reflection, and purpose. It transforms the way you approach both triumphs and trials. By changing how you see the world, you unlock a reservoir of inner strength and wisdom. Perspective, after all, isn't just a lens. It's a tool to craft a life of meaning and fulfillment. Living with intentionality, building on the transformative power of perspective, we arrive at intentionality, the art of living with purpose and mindfulness. After all, a clear perspective is most powerful when aligned with a deliberate path forward. How often do we find ourselves swept up in the currents of life, making choices based on habit, external pressures, or fleeting emotions? Living with intentionality means breaking free from this autopilot mode and ensuring that every action aligns with your values and long-term goals. Consider the story of an artist who once spent years painting to please others, creating works that sold well but left her feeling empty. One day, she paused and asked herself, "What do I truly want to express?" With that reflection, she shifted her focus to creating art that spoke to her soul. Though it was a risk, she found deeper fulfillment and authentic connections with her audience. Her story reminds us of the profound power of intention. It's not about how much we achieve, but whether our actions reflect our true selves. The Stoics believed in living with purpose, emphasizing that each day is a chance to align your actions with your core values. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This strength comes from clarity and focus. Intentionality helps you make decisions that bring you closer to the life you want, not the one others expect you to live. To practice intentionality, begin by identifying your values. What matters most to you? Family, health, creativity, or perhaps kindness? Then, examine your daily habits and routines. Are they serving these values, or are they distractions? Imagine a retiree who realizes they've spent their days endlessly scrolling on their phone instead of pursuing their passion for gardening. By setting a clear intention to nurture their garden each day, they find joy, purpose, and a renewed sense of vitality. Intentionality also requires mindfulness. Pause before reacting to situations and ask yourself, is this response aligned with my goals and values? It's easy to get caught up in fleeting emotions, but living intentionally means acting with thoughtfulness rather than impulsivity. By embracing this principle, you'll find greater fulfillment in your daily life. Instead of simply going through the motions, you'll wake up with a sense of purpose, knowing that your actions, big or small, contribute to a meaningful existence. As we journey further into these Stoic principles, remember that intentionality is the compass guiding you toward a life of authenticity and power. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, building upon the idea of living intentionally. The next principle is to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Once you gain clarity in your life and align your actions with your purpose, you will inevitably face obstacles. It's easy to see challenges as setbacks, but Stoic wisdom teaches us to view them as vital opportunities for transformation. Take the story of Sarah, an ambitious entrepreneur who dreamed of creating her own fashion brand. When her first line of clothing flopped, she felt crushed and questioned her abilities. She could have given up and returned to a safer, less risky job. However, Sarah chose to see this failure not as a defeat but as a lesson in resilience. Instead of dwelling on the negative, she analyzed her mistakes, reworked her designs, and sought feedback from those she trusted. The next season, her collection sold out. This is the very essence of Stoic thinking. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." His words remind us that obstacles are not barriers but stepping stones that allow us to refine our abilities and grow stronger. When we face adversity, it can be difficult to keep our perspective intact. It's natural to feel defeated or discouraged. However, shifting our mindset to view challenges as opportunities helps us see them as a vital part of our personal evolution. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but learning to adapt, grow, and emerge wiser. Consider the example of Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb, but he never saw his trials as failures. Instead, he viewed each one as a crucial part of his journey. As you apply this principle to your own life, you'll begin to see every challenge as an invitation to grow. Whether it's a personal setback, a professional obstacle, or a life change, ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? Embrace the discomfort, knowing that growth lies on the other side. Even in the darkest moments, remember that challenges are often the universe's way of nudging you toward your next level. Embracing them will lead you to greater wisdom, resilience, and confidence. Through the Stoic lens, your most challenging moments are your greatest teachers, and your growth will be a reflection of your ability to learn from them. So, when the next obstacle arises, don't run from it. Instead, face it head-on, knowing that within it lies the key to unlocking your true potential. Master your reactions and control your emotions, building on the idea of embracing challenges. Another cornerstone of Stoic wisdom is mastering your reactions and controlling your emotions. Life is filled with uncontrollable events and circumstances, but what we can always control is how we respond to them. This concept can dramatically shift the way we navigate life's ups and downs, turning turbulent situations into opportunities for inner peace and growth. Take the story of Michael, a man who had spent years climbing the corporate ladder only to be unexpectedly laid off from his dream job. His first reaction was to feel devastated, angry, and confused. He had invested so much time and energy into his career, and now it all seemed to vanish in a moment. His mind raced with thoughts of revenge, fear of failure, and bitterness. But then, he remembered something his father had taught him. You can't control the storm, but you can control how you sail through it. Inspired by this, Michael decided to pause and reflect rather than react impulsively. By practicing emotional control, Michael transformed his initial emotional chaos into an opportunity for self-reflection. He reevaluated his goals and values, leading him to start his own business, a move he never would have considered if not for the layoff. Rather than allowing himself to drown in frustration, he chose to channel his energy into creating something of his own. This aligns with what Stoics like Epictetus and Seneca frequently emphasized. We are not disturbed by events themselves, but by our reactions to them. Seneca famously said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This simple truth teaches us that the majority of our emotional suffering arises from how we interpret and react to circumstances. If we can master our reactions, we can free ourselves from much of the stress and anxiety that often holds us back from reaching our potential. The Stoic practice of mindfulness can help us in mastering this emotional control. Every time you feel anger rising or anxiety creeping in, take a moment to breathe and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Rather than giving in to the emotional surge, make a conscious choice to respond thoughtfully and deliberately. Over time, this practice of emotional self-regulation strengthens your mental resilience, allowing you to approach life's challenges with a calm and composed demeanor. What's remarkable about mastering our reactions is that it's not just about avoiding negative emotions. It's about using them as signals to take empowered action. If you feel frustration, it might be a call to reassess your goals. If you feel fear, it could be an invitation to step out of your comfort zone. By embracing these emotions, rather than suppressing them, you unlock the wisdom they offer and become the master of your emotional landscape. In every situation, from small daily annoyances to life-altering events, your response shapes your reality. When you commit to mastering your emotions and reactions, you gain a powerful tool that propels you toward personal growth, deeper resilience, and lasting success. The next time life presents a challenge, remember, you have the power to decide how you will respond. Embrace the power of reflection and continuous growth, building on the Stoic principle of mastering your emotions. Another essential aspect of Stoic wisdom is the power of reflection and continuous growth. Just like a muscle grows stronger through repetition, the mind becomes sharper and more resilient through the act of regular self-reflection. It's through this practice that we discover new layers of ourselves, understand our strengths and weaknesses, and ultimately unlock our true potential. Take the example of Sarah, a woman in her mid-50s who had always thought of herself as stuck. She had a job she didn't love, her health wasn't where she wanted it to be, and her relationships felt stagnant. Sarah knew she wasn't living up to her full potential, but she felt overwhelmed by the idea of change. One day, she stumbled across a Stoic quote by Marcus Aurelius. "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This thought stuck with her, prompting her to reflect on the obstacles in her life, and instead of seeing them as burdens, she decided to view them as opportunities for growth. She began setting aside time each week for self-reflection, journaling her thoughts and feelings about where she was in life. This simple yet powerful practice helped her to pinpoint areas in which she could improve, be it her fitness routine, her career goals, or her relationships. Instead of rushing to take action or make drastic changes, she adopted a measured approach, allowing herself time to really think about the next best step. With this mindset shift, Sarah gradually started taking small but meaningful actions that aligned with her values. She enrolled in a fitness program, began pursuing a new career direction, and even reconnected with old friends. Each decision was rooted in reflection, allowing her to make choices that resonated deeply with her sense of purpose. This story of Sarah highlights one of the key aspects of Stoic philosophy. Growth is not about rushing toward an ideal, but about committing to constant improvement. Marcus Aurelius himself was known for his dedication to journaling and self-reflection. In his meditations, he often reminds himself to examine his actions, reflect on his weaknesses, and focus on what he could control to become a better person. Reflecting on your actions, thoughts, and emotions enables you to course-correct and grow in alignment with your true values. When you take the time to ask yourself meaningful questions, such as, "What did I learn today?" or "How can I do better tomorrow?" you set the foundation for lasting change. It's important to note that growth is not linear and setbacks are inevitable, but the practice of reflection helps you stay focused and resilient, no matter how many obstacles you encounter. Incorporating Stoic reflection into your daily routine doesn't require a lot of time or effort. A few moments each day spent reviewing your actions and thoughts can lead to profound growth. By reflecting on what you've done and how you've reacted, you begin to see yourself as an active participant in your own development, making continuous progress toward a more intentional, fulfilled life. So, as you continue your journey of embracing Stoic wisdom, remember that reflection is key to unlocking your true potential. It's through this process that you align your actions with your values, strengthen your emotional resilience, and continuously evolve into the best version of yourself. The Stoics believe that life is a journey of perpetual self-improvement, and with regular reflection, you can stay on the path of growth, no matter your age or circumstances. Thank you so much for watching. Sparkling Heart, if you found this video helpful or inspiring, we'd absolutely love for you to hit that like button. Thumbs up, your support helps us create more amazing content just for you. Don't forget to drop a comment below and share your thoughts with us. We love hearing from you. Glowing Star, have any questions or insights? Let's chat in the comments. And if you want to continue on this journey of personal growth and Stoic wisdom, make sure to check out our other videos. There's so much more to discover. Seedling, don't miss out. Subscribe and stay connected. We can't wait to share more with you. Collision.